Hey, Jason, how's it going, man?
Hey, not too shabby. How are you?
Doing good. Had some technical difficulties here, so we're going to be doing audio only today, if that's all right.
Oh, that is A-okay. That's the problem. Same over here with technical difficulties. I don't think I've ever been on Skype and it just went smoothly right off the bat.
Yeah, same here, man. I swear to God. So how's it going, man? I appreciate you taking the time. I'm Luke. I'm with modernhorrors.com, and I just want to say, thanks on the behalf of us for taking some time out and chatting with us.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I actually am a big fan of the site, so yeah, thank you. Thank you for reaching out as well.
Yeah, cool, man. So let's get right into it. You got a premiere coming up at South by Southwest. He Never Died, right?
Yep.
So what's the, I guess you could say, the elevator pitch for it? We know, of course, it stars Henry Rollins in a feature, of course. But what's the overall gist?
The overall gist of He Never Died is it's a character study about a man named Jack and his struggles, and his pathological struggles with cannibalism and immortality. This is how I would picture it.
Yeah, so you guys released a clip not too long ago, and it's fantastic. We'll definitely have a link to it on the website. We've already linked to it, but we'll put it again here. But it's definitely got like this dry sort of humor to it, which me personally, I'm not always a huge mixture of the horror and comedic elements, but it looks like it really works here. So what was kind of the inspiration to make that happen?
Well, I wanted him to be. I wanted it to be okay to laugh at a movie like this, even though it has like a very serious, macabre undertones to it. But I didn't want it to be ironically funny, which is a lot of horror movies are kind of like horror comedies are going this direction recently, and that's fine. I'm not saying that that's anything bad. I like Hobo with a Shotgun. I love that movie.
Right.
I wanted this one though to be sincerely comedic, and I just kind of wanted Jack himself, since he's the funniest guy in the room, and he doesn't know it. Because if it's just like he's so detached from just existing for such a long time, he kind of developed this. Conditioned autism. And,
sure.
And since he doesn't really know how to, relate socially to anything, he's exceedingly blunt. And I find that humorous beyond belief. And then I tried to inject that as much as I could, and Henry picked up on that, and he ran with it really, really incredibly. And it came through much better than I thought it would. I'm insanely proud of that guy's performance and how he brought the comedic elements to life by not being funny.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at that clip alone, like I never would have put Henry Rollins in that spot, but his pure just, for lack of a better term, just doesn't seem like he gives much of a fuck about anything.
Nah, he's pretty stoic.
So we've been hearing about this one for a while. There was rumblings back in 2013, and we're just now, in spring of 2015 getting the release. What did you guys get hung up on something, or was that the plan? What happened there?
We was mostly just waiting for festival releases and seeing where we were there, and our schedules were a bit nuts because I had to go back to work and come back and that as well. So the post-production world kind of had these little starter steps. But I think it was best overall because it gave the composers and editors a little bit more extra breathing room and time to keep working and whittling away to make their art the best that they could possibly make it. But it was mostly just waiting on festivals. Like the movie was probably done. It could have been done sooner, but we were kind of up in the air with hearing what was going to happen with its release. So we kind of also waited on that a little bit.
Yeah. So speaking of release, I know the South by Southwest, March 17th, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so March 17th. But what about for the people that aren't able to go there? I know there's a deal, distribution with XYZ. Is there a date on when everyone's going to be able to check the film out?
No, there isn't. I'm waiting with bated breath to hear about it. I know negotiations are happening now and talks are being made, so we should be an announcement very shortly within the month, if not early next month.
Okay, yeah, very cool, because sometimes these great flicks just get caught up in festival and we don't see them for a year. But there's something on the table right now just in discussion.
Yeah, there's something being discussed right now, which is why I would prefer that to happen. I always feel kind of bad when I hear a movie doing really well at the fest. I'm like, oh, that's awesome! I can't wait to see It Follows, and then like 9 months, it comes out 9 months later. Like, oh,
Right.
the enthusiasm's still there, but it would have been harder a little bit a few years ago.
Yeah, for sure. So, like we said before, Henry Rollins, not only is he not normally in like this comedic role, but he's not normally, a lead guy either. So how did he become involved with the project in the first place?
Well, I wrote the screenplay with him visually as a concept, as a blueprint in my head. I thought he encapsulated the character really, really well. I just thought, like a lot of these immortal characters, like Dorian Gray and Dracula and all that, they always have this like suave, sex appeal confidence to them, and I'd like, would they be really detached and not really care how they look or just any kind of interactions completely, or would they be like clinically depressed? And I'm like, probably closer to that. So I always tried to imagine a very immortal, stoic, almost Asperger's like character to just be this broader, gruffer, just very devil-may-care for a character instead. And I went closer to that direction, and just Henry Rollins seemed to encapsulate that very much. Very like he looks like I'm not saying he's an ugly guy, but he's a handsome guy. But it's just he doesn't look like a model walking around. He looks like he can get lost in the crowd pretty easily. And he also looks like he could punch your head off. And I wanted to get that. I wanted to find a guy like that. Now it's Henry, and plus also his life alone, just with punk rock and spoken word stuff, and how much he travels. He's a man that's just chiseled out of experience. So I was like, that I feel like that will somehow bridge him as a performer for this project pretty well. And then when we started a couple years ago, when we started looking for where we started talking about casting, Adrian Stern, our casting director, sent us a big long list of really impressive actors who could do the role really well. But I always felt like, I feel like even though he doesn't know this exists, it's kind of owed to Henry Rollins. So can we just see if he's interested at all, or we sent an offer out? And we did, and he contacted us right away, like literally a day or two later. And we met up with him, and we had a long, nice talk. And he was just as enthusiastic, if not more, than I was, which seemed impossible. So it was a very surreal, palm sweaty boy fan moment.
No, that's awesome, man. There's also been talks. I've just kind of been seeing pieces here and there, talks of a mini-series as well, still set in the universe, still with Rollins. Is that something that's still in discussion as well?
Oh yeah, totally. We're pursuing that pretty hard right now, and hopefully South by Southwest and the movie's release will help the potential of that come across. Yeah, I'm working pretty heavily on that. Henry's still excited. My producer Zach Hagen. He's jazzed about it as well. Yeah, we're still pursuing the miniseries. Yeah,
so you guys must be pretty confident that you want to continue in this universe. You really feel like you've got something special here, or at least you all enjoyed working with each other and want to keep on working together.
Yeah, I mean that overall that's the case. If I could just stay in Toronto and just shoot the miniseries with this pretty much the same crew and cast, I would be. It's the dream already happened. Like that already came true. That I got to make He Never Died. That seemed like such a infinite possibility for that to actually happen. And they're like, okay, can we roll the dice twice and see if we get Yahtzee? And then we're gonna give it a shot. I would love for it to happen, and I'm working very hard towards it. But is there
anything involving, like, do you know how many episodes you want to do? Is it going to be like a prequel thing or a sequel thing, or?
That's still in the talks, but it would be around the same timeline as the movie.
Cool, man. Yeah. Well, best of luck to you as far as the South by Southwest goes. I wish I was there. Wish I could see it. But hopefully the thing with XYZ pans out. Looks hilarious, man.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to share with us on that front?
I'm good. It was a genuine pleasure talking with you, and I'm a big fan of the site. So
much appreciated, man. And just so I know it for next time, I didn't want to butcher it. How do I pronounce your last name, man?
Krawczyk.
Krawczyk.
Yeah.
All right, man. Next time we speak, I'm gonna have that for you.
There's a lot of consonants. I don't know where the F comes from.
Yeah.
It's pronounced.
All right, Jason. Well, thanks for your time. We truly, truly appreciate it, and we look forward to checking out He Never Died as soon as we possibly can, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.